Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I want to talk about motivation in chess. Some people, I'm gonna make an anecdote about what I struggle the most with. But sometimes you're just making moves and just having fun, and nothing wrong with that. But when you're, trying to improve, you really have to put some intention in your moves. Some motivation is needed to improve. Actually, like, it's very easy to coast around and just play chess without the intention of improving, and whilst it doesn't hurt, it doesn't improve you much either. So yeah, with that said, it kind of reminds me of the Queen's Gambit. And the Queen's Gambit, there's this girl, Beth Harmon, who was just really motivated to win from everyone and never lose. And yeah, I've been struggling with this because I had no chess goals anymore, pretty much, because my first goal was to beat everyone at the chess club. I kind of did that in Blitz. And now I felt like I'm just roaming around, like, what the hell should I do? So yeah, with further ado, not without, I'm gonna play the song Gnossian 1, so it's a bit different than normally. Feel free to skip, because I started playing chess more intensely because of the Queen's Gambit, getting the motivation to start really, improving my chess. And with just motivation, with just the intention to calculate all your moves, I got to 1800, and afterwards I just roamed around, learned about positional play and stuff. And now I'm floating out 1900, but I know I can do better. I know I can get to 2000. But it took me a while to get the motivation. So that's the anecdote I had. So let's play this song. I used YouTube tutorials and TCA for it. I hope it works. Yeah, we'll see. And I probably don't play it well, but whatever. It's all good. I practiced this once this morning. I hope it will pay off. Does it? Yeah, it registers. That's nice. I hope. Maybe we should just stick to chess. Maybe we should just stick to chess and play a game. Maybe that's better. Maybe that's better. Oh my god. Make such a fool of himself. Okay. So with that anecdote done, we're gonna play some actual chess. I feel frisky today. I feel really frisky today. Do I feel frisky today? Yes, I do. I feel like playing something I never have played before. Like, never ever have I played a Scandinavian before. I played against it. I know what black usually does because I played against it, but I have no clue whatsoever. So yeah, it will pretty much, we have to figure out everything from move 1. As though we know the moves that our opponent usually plays, we have to really figure out why these moves are being played. And I'm planning after the recapture to not immediately go for queen takes, but to go for knight f6, developing a piece, because I feel like queen here, knight c3 is a bit of a dubious line if you took with the queen, because we're allowing our opponent to develop. And c4. Now I know that usually instead of c4 people play bishop e5, bishop d7, and then bishop back to e2 to misplace this bishop on d7 because it's really hampering the development of black. But with c4 on the board, he's defending the pawn, which makes sense. So what do we do here? It's a really good question. I have no clue myself. My first instinct was to play b5, destroy this pawn structure and then to recapture, but in that case even b3 is possible, and we're kind of making weaknesses with this. So I feel like we should start off slow and play g6, bishop g7, and say, okay, we might not recapture the pawn just yet, but at least we get to develop and castle. So I'm kind of, cashing out at the very start of the game. Like I've cashed out playing the song I just played. I'm also noticing that I talk a bit louder than usual, which is probably due to the case I feel embarrassed about my play just now, but I'll try to get better. So b3, intending to put the bishop on b2, which is fairly decent, I think. Yeah, but it's also a bit slow, so we're just gonna castle here, and then we're gonna sack we're not gonna recapture the pawn ever. He has developed he has developed one piece in the 6th move we just made, and I have developed, so to say, 3. So I feel very inclined to just, intend to not recapture the pawn and to go for a lead in development, hopefully not allowing black too many opportunities to do things. And now I'm struggling to find our way through. So let's go. We can see now that our opponent has gone for a very unconventional way of developing, by developing his bishops before knight. And these bishops can be very big targets, and I know that in high level play where we're not at, not on my level, is that a bishop pair could be enough compensation for a pawn and stuff like that. So with that in mind, I feel like we can go knight d4, and if he recaptures, I'm like, fine. But if he doesn't and goes for the attack, which I don't feel threatened by, because the threat is maybe h6. Okay, that's annoying. The threat could be h6. Okay. So he does have actually 3 pieces in the game. So I'm not sure. I'm definitely not sure what's going on here. But he's making threats. Let's make threats of our own. Maybe bishop f5 seems like a very natural square for the bishop. And if he plays h6, we just retreat for now. And yeah, we'll just live with the damn fact that the file has opened somewhat. So here, let's give a check first. Then we'll recapture with the bishop defending this pawn. But at least we have made him slightly uncomfortable. We will win the rook, that's for sure. But yeah, my intention here was to just obviously get a bishop first, but now I feel for more or less more inclined to go for more. So we are up a rook. We still have a bishop pair, and he has also a bishop pair, so I feel still comfortable in a position. If he not for the bishop pair, we would probably be on equal terms. With his open h file, he does have some counterplay where we need to be very careful. Still, because of this. But the knights are not in play yet. It will take at least 2 moves for him to get somewhere. With the knight at least. And I don't see an immediate attack with the bishops. Although I'm not so great with the bishops. With them and against them. So it's time to really look for some move. Which starts off an attack. We are up on development. We have to look for something cool, I think. This bishop is kind of annoying. I have to admit that. That's for sure. Where do we want the queen and the rooks? I think for now these pieces are optimally placed. For now, at least. I think I want one of these rooks on the d file where the queen is standing right now. For that, my queen has to get out of the way. What is a good way to get the queen out? Well, we could target this pawn, you know, and he has to probably respond to that. So let's do that. I don't see why we shouldn't. There are any threats in the board, and he has to react to it. And in this manner, we're playing everything with tempo, and now we could place one of the rooks on the d8 square. It's now a matter of choice which one to do that with. Well, I think it's better maybe to do it with the f. I think it's best with the f pawn, but you could make a case for the other one as well, because there's not a, you know, if you put the rook on d8, the other will probably go to c8, but what is it doing on c8? It's not really doing anything, so I will you know, change my mind and go for the other one. Alright, he gets a knight out, so he gets some development in. That's nice. We are 3 minutes. We have 3 minutes to get something going. Let's not panic too much, but let's not get too slow here. We do have to make some accurate moves. I think this position is not so easy to play. Let's go queen b6, attacking this pawn, but also having some ideas here in the future. Somewhere else, knight there. It's a good move. It's a really good move. Because I was planning to go with knight here. I'm actually not even attacking. Or am I? Boom! 94. If takes. Oh wow, that's really. So if takes, we have queen takes. Bishop takes is not possible because we have a mating threat. He does go for it. Unfortunately, the game ends a bit short-handed. That's yeah, I feel really comfortable in that game. I guess our opponent played a bit on our time. Let's go to the analysis, see where we went right or wrong. So let's see. Aha, okay. Yeah, so the opening, e4, d5. No clue what we're doing after c4. But usually the bishop goes here, bishop here, and bishop back, and then you're claiming that the bishop on d7 is misplaced. This is something I learned from Daniel Nederditsky, a famous YouTube streamer and YouTube video maker for intermediate and higher players. And apparently engine like c6 after this, but I'm not so familiar, so I'm really happy with what he did, which was c4. And after g6, which was probably not the best move, as engine suggests, d4, okay, bishop g7, knight f3, I would think, yes, knight f3. And I think after castles, you can just start pushing these pawns, maybe even c5. Okay, knight c3 first. If you go here, yeah, this position doesn't look too appealing because of white's center. By any means, black is not out of the game yet, but this does feel a bit hard to play. Why? Because of the center, simply. You have to play knight a5, apparently, because and just says that. And then here, and we have to do... Aha! And if you go back, you just have a worse position. You can even play c5, probably. No, you can't. Okay. But maybe bishop f4. Okay, I was suggesting bishop d3. And white apparently has, with accurate play, a very good position. Our opponent went for the b3 line, which was a bit slow, so we actually made a mistake, but he was not able to capitalize on it. We castled, and because now he hasn't actually developed any of his pieces, we claimed that this lack of development could hurt him. So 95, I was very much okay with this trade, because now this is really awkward. Knight c3. I really felt like we had something here. 94, if takes, the rook is still attacked, I guess. Nope, that's not the way to go. You take the rook. And after recapture, we have the bishop pair. Ah, okay. And if he did any other reasonable move, I would either go for bishop c f5 or knight takes on e2, because I claim that having the bishop pair is enough compensation for the pawn we sacked on the first move. So here, apparently, engine suggests e5, just sacrificing another pawn, and I'm trying to figure out why. Rook e8, lining up, and after castles we have knight e4. Notice you can take. There's a triple attack. If you take the queen, obviously. f4, engine suggests. Okay, and now f6. Wow. And now he does have to move or sack the thing. Sack the damn thing, we take, maybe he takes here, take, let's say he takes like this. We could even consider knight takes or bishop takes. And we're up a pawn. Sorry, we're up a piece for 2 pawns. We have a bishop pair, taking great control in the future of all the squares we'll delve into. And there's even a trick here. Let's say he plays a stupid move here. We have knight f3. And if after takes, we have this very nice attack on the rook. I mean, you don't have to play knight f3, but yeah, that's a very nice subtlety, I guess, in this line where we did not get into. But bishop f4, 5 takes. We give the check first, because I don't know, and then I decided to take with a pawn. I did not decide to take with a pawn, which apparently was right, but. Or more accurately, we decided to take with the bishop. Which in hindsight, it makes sense to take with the pawn, because... No, it doesn't. It actually doesn't make sense for me to take with the pawn, because I make this diagonal weak, but I guess black has no way to actually make use of that. And also, the bishop was just protecting this pawn. In any case, it gets attacked like 7 times. I have knight, a bishop, and a king attacking it. So to me, it makes no sense to take with f. And after this exchange happened, we had to make a plan. I came up with bishop, queen a5 first, and then rook there, which was okay. Now queen b6. You know, I first did not see that he was attacking. Defending this already, but it's not bad to attack the already defended pawns or pieces, because when the queen moves, you are taking it. So yeah, and here I found a really nice move, knight e4, And after taking, we just had mate, but I felt that we were quite fine here. Yes, we were down on time, but we really took our time for every move, which makes our play a lot better. I think our opponent went a bit wrong here. He had to defend this, probably with queen e1, because now you're stepping out of the pin, and yeah, so I would struggle here to find anything. And apparently the end just suggests knight g3, which is a crazy looking move, because after it takes, you take on a1, but you okay, you were gonna lose either the bishop or the knight here. You had to come to the conclusion, oh, he will either take here if I move the knight, or I move back, but that just doesn't make sense. Or we take the bishop and lose the knight. But in this variation, the pawn structure is actually quite decent. And notice here that the attack on the defended piece previously is now a common thread. This is also winning, but even better here is apparently to play after queen e1 to play knight e3, forcing him to take and opening up the king, so we can take here. And okay, you can develop the knight now. Try them to take here. We just develop with threads apparently. Queen f2, and this is just hopeless. I think takes, and the position is falling apart. And notice how the bishop's pair is really doing a good job here. Okay, the bishop here actually, but yeah. Also, this is threatened. Also, this. It's really crazy, and that's even on our level. You could benefit from it. We don't really understand why, but you benefit from it. That's important. Okay, thank you guys for watching. This was quite humiliating piano, but a good game. Bye bye.